Right, I've had this trike about 2 years and it's literally just been sitting there at the back of the garage, getting in the way and doing nothing while I've been getting into other projects and haven't found the time to get stuck into it. So I'm like been thinking, I need to get stuck into that trike and get it done, get it finished. Yeah, having a look at it, it's in a bit of a sorry state. It's probably not even been started for about, God knows, maybe even 4 years. The brakes, the discs are looking pretty rusty down there, they're going to want changing. The rear axle is off a Robin Reliant, so presumably I'll just get Robin Reliant discs. First things first, I'm thinking when I look at the brakes, because it's really hard to move it, yeah? That's the first job, and then obviously get it started, get the front brake working. I'm not going to go too mad on it, because I don't want to put too much time into it. I just want to get it up and running, usable, MOT it, and then I'll just probably ride it for a bit and then I'll just get it sold, because it's just taking up too much space. But yeah, let's go anyway. Yeah, a bit more of a closer look. You see there the engine, it's a BMW engine, but it's looking pretty rough, it's looking quite corroded, it's got a K&N filter. Round here it's actually not so bad, that'll clean up. That'll clean up pretty easily really, just wire brush it or something. I put a hole in there, been parking a bike next to it, gutted about that. So yeah, you can see round here, pretty nice stainless exhaust system. Pretty nice wheels, but the other one is well corroded on the other side. They want stove enameling or something. Powder coating even. So yeah, there it is. Pretty naff exhaust on it, but yeah, it might clean up or I might just replace it, put something on. Probably just put something like a straight through sort of race exhaust on it or something. A nice number plate, DEF. DEF 935T. Tow bar. That's the fuel tank there, an extra fuel tank as well as the main one there. Yeah, you can see why I called it DEF. Yeah. Skulls on the back. Yeah. Bit of corrosion there, see what I mean? So yeah, it's a 4-seater trike, which apparently is quite rare. So you can see there, engine's looking pretty sorry for itself. Injection, K100 BMW engine. Should be a really, really good solid engine. These are, some people think these are the best engines they've ever made. Not all the old stuff, anyway, new stuff might be a bit better. There you go. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Right, we've got it on 4 axle stands. We are now airborne. Let's get the wheels off. Yeah! Yeah! Have a look at the bike, and this was the exhaust system. It looks like something off a 125. Yeah, those on there like that. So anyway, I've had a look. I've actually got one which I took off a bike, God knows, years ago. And look at that. That is way better than that. Yeah. And I'm so lucky because it actually fits on lovely. Look at that, fits on like a glove, tight as anything. I didn't have a clip for it, so I found this like clip here, and I just need to fit that clamp to it, rubbering it, get it on. It's gonna look brilliant. That, well happy. Yeah, just put them in a few little splits in there. They were a bit tight. Hacksaw. So yeah, well happy with that. That's going to look awesome, that. Yeah. It's going to sound awesome. It's a 4-cylinder bike. It'd be sounding like a race bike near enough. Yeah, had a bit of a look at the brakes. They are working, but yeah, I've ordered a new master cylinder. This master cylinder, found out, is off an old Mini, and it's a mini clutch cylinder. So I bought a new one because I put a hole in there. But yeah, the bike is actually better than I thought it was. When I started getting into it and looking around it, it's actually in quite good condition. There's not a great deal wrong with it. I reckon it's not going to be hard to get it running and get the brakes working. Not going to be hard at all. the wheels I'm going to get powder coated. I'll get them tyres took off today or tomorrow. Can't decide if it's getting black or silver, but yeah, don't know. Probably just go silver with the front alloy meat wheel. But yeah, all good. Getting somewhere already. Right then, just on with the gear change. I've disconnected this bit. Quite nice actually. Nice piece that someone's made. It says on it, Road King. Anyway, go for Harley Davidson, I should imagine. So yeah, really common problem with motorcycles is these seize up. Very common, and your gears feel like they're absolutely knackered. But people think it's the gearbox sometimes, but it's never. Most of the time, I say never, but most of the time it's not the gearbox. It's this. So this, look at this in here. Look at that. Look at the rust on that. So yeah, all you need to do is clean that with a wire brush, put some grease on it, put it back in, clean it in there with a bit of a file or something, and you should have a nice smooth gear change. Yeah. Right, this is bolt porn. Look at that. That is bolt porn at its finest. Right, well, I've just put a battery on it. It's just any old battery, well, an old battery I'd lying around the garage. I'm going to see what works. I've got some lights here. Got an indicator light, which is really good. We've got indicators on the back. Right, we've got an indicator on the back. We have an indicator on the other side on the back. Front ones aren't working. Wasn't really expecting them to work, to be honest, but I'm sure they'll be easy enough to get working. They're getting replaced anyway. So you've got a horn, no horn. So you've got some lights. Oh my god, we've got lights. Look at that, the skulls are working. Well, that one is. Hey, hey, look at that. Yes. This one's not working. Oh, did that flicker then? Not sure. Probably somewhere, nothing. I'll have to get into that, look at the bulb. Yeah, we've got a number plate light. Hey. So bloody hell, that's really, really good. Wasn't really expecting that. Oh yeah. Let's see if it turns over. Oh my god, it turns over. Oh my god, it's trying to start. Not putting any fresh fuel in it. It must be ancient. Let's see if it starts. It's got pull choke. Let's see if it starts. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. I was just going to see if it turned over. I wasn't expecting it to start. I've not even put fresh fuel in. That fuel in it must be like 3 years old or something. Oh my god. I've not even checked the oil, that's why I turned it off quick. Flipping heck. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. Whoa. There's fuel coming out of it. Good. Right, drain the fuel out of this tank anyway. There's 2 tanks on it. No, that's not doing nothing. Right, that's coming from down at the bottom. Put a new fuel pipe on it. Luckily, I have plenty of fuel pipe. So when you're buying fuel pipe, I buy it off eBay, just buy loads of it. You never know when you might need it. It's cheap enough. So yeah, just need to max that up to that. Cut it with Stanley. put it on and hopefully we won't have a fuel leak. Right, just replace the fuel hose. I'm going to try and start it again. Just run it for just a minute or so. Just check if it leaks any more fuel. If it leaks any more fuel, turn it straight off. Can't see any fuel leaks, so it was just literally just a fuel pipe. Seeing a little bit of maybe a split in one of the manifolds, that's not good. Ah. Bastard. Yeah, definitely once 4 manifolds, unfortunately, they're split and perished and a mess, leaking. So, not good news really. So let's get on eBay and see if we can find some. Really don't want to be going to BMW for some, but yeah, to see how much they are. Not happy about that. Oh well. Yep, just looked on eBay and found some straight away. They're in Germany. They're £28.48 for 4 second-hand manifolds. They don't look like they're perished or split. I'm sure if they were, they wouldn't be selling them anyway. And I'm sure I'm protected if they do have got a split in them. And buying stuff from Germany, honestly, it's so fast. It normally comes really quickly. So, yeah, happy with that. Yeah, I was just going to say, if it runs as well as that, with off fuel and split manifolds, once it's got fresh juice in it, good manifolds, is this going to run like a little dream? There's going to be absolutely nothing wrong with this. So, yeah, well happy, well happy. So, yeah, been on it a few hours today, first day on it, and learned loads about the trike. Really got to know it. Discovered that it's not as bad as I thought it was. It's a good build. Someone's done a really good job of building it, and it's right. You know, there's not a great deal to do. Like most of the lights are working and all that. The electrics are working. So yeah, we're moving forward really fast. So yeah, well pleased, well pleased. Right then, I did manage to do quite a lot of work to the trike yesterday, and I've also got quite a lot of parts which I've ordered off eBay and they've turned up. So anyway, I've got a brand spanking new air filter. Look at that, bloody lovely thing, lovely. Yeah. Look at that Pro-Am, bloody lovely. Yeah? That'll really make it look better than the old rusty one. I fitted the headlamps, I fitted the indicators. The indicators are working. There you go, flashing pretty fast because there's none on the back. I've disconnected them. Yeah, I got a brake disc, 2 brake discs. Turns out managed to match these up. I did say earlier on that the brake discs will be off a Robin Reliant, but I'm thinking I don't know what the rear axle is off, and a Robin Reliant would have actually had drum brakes, so but I managed to get these matched up and off a Fiat, no, off a Renault. They're off a Renault, they said, and they fit on. We've fitted one on so far. I've got a clutch master cylinder, which is off a Mini, an old Mini, which is going to work for the brakes, so it's going to turn into a brake master cylinder for this trike. I have the carburetor manifold that's come all the way from Germany over the weekend. It took no time whatsoever. Right then, next job, I'm going to try and fit these manifolds which have split. So we need to be thinking about getting this airbox off first of all. I noticed it has got these sort of factory sort of Jubilee clips. They're not one that you screw off, but you might just pull off. Just Someone else must have had it off before, because obviously if this engine isn't even for this bike originally, it would have been on a motorcycle. So first things first, get this out of the way. Get that up there, out of the way. It's not going to leak fuel because it's higher than the rest of the bike. Let's see if this airbox will come off. Bloody hell. Some flipping dirt in there, rust, Jesus Christ, man. I want to clean it out, alright, Jesus. Right, whew. Right, I've took the throttle body off from the other side. Just go straight into the airbox. So I'm thinking this whole lot, I'm just going to lift the whole lot out with the airbox attached, because it's got these sort of factory Jubilee clips here. I don't really want to upset. So I've noticed there's Jubilee clips and screw heads are facing this way, so I should be able to get in with a screwdriver through there. Bit hard work trying to see them. Undo them and just pull the lot off in one go, hopefully. Hopefully. Right then, I've undone 4 Jubilee clips. I've unplugged most of the plugs. There's one little plug on the back, which is quite difficult to get at. So I'll leave that plugged in and unplug it once I lift the lot off. So I'm thinking now the lot is going to come out. Air filter and all the little tiny throttle bodies here. So yeah, let's have a go. See, they're already moving. It's going to be quite easy this, I should think. I haven't disconnected the throttle cable. Happy with that? So there are the knackered manifolds. It should be easy enough to undo these Allen keys, get them out and replace them with the next lot. While I'm at it, look at the state of this engine, so I may as well get cleaning this engine, get it best I can anyway. The state of that is no good, you know. All going to be presentation, this bike, a lot of it is all down to the presentation. It's got to be right. I'm not going to go absolutely mental and have it like brand new, but it's got to be right, you know. So yeah, good excuse to get in there and get cleaning. So I've fitted the new manifolds. I've put new bolts on them, nice stainless bolts with washers, nice stainless washers. I did have to cut them down because they're slightly long. Cleaned all the Jubilee clips, and I've cleaned the engine a bit best I can. Just use oil and a wire brush. Still all this sort of black staining, but that will not come off. You'd have to get that professionally took off, but I'm not taking the engine out till we get it professionally cleaned, so I'll have to do. But yeah, happy with that. So yeah, I think next job will be take this off, get that painted. Right, I've just removed all the bolts out of this cam cover. No, I've not. One left. No, I've not. No, I've not. Whoa. No, I've not. There's 2 left. Tiny. But yeah. Yeah, I think we're out. Every single bolt is out. Pretty certain. So I've got a rubber hammer. Never hit it with a metal hammer, but a rubber hammer should be alright. Hit it too hard. Well, there you go. Oh, some oil coming out there. Wasn't expecting that. I was hoping no oil would come out, to be honest. Because I thought it'd be all down in the sump. No! Oh well. Oil going everywhere. Right, it's not that bad. There's a bit of a spillage, but yeah, not all that bad. Oh yeah. Oh well. Got one spring here. Too short, that's all about, but there's no more springs by the looks of it. That is obviously full of oil. That's what I wanted off to paint. Now I can paint all this, get it nice. Right, I'm literally just about to take this side off. I'm pretty sure I took all the bolts out, so it should come out. I've put a bit of newspaper down just in case. There, it went there straight away. There you go. No oil out this side at all, so it's definitely in the sump on this side. That is the crank. Whoa. Yeah. Well happy. Get that painted. Yeah! It's gonna look bloody lovely! Wow. Never looked in the bottom end of a K100 BMW before. It's mad how it's the bottom end, but it's actually not the bottom, it's right on the right hand side. So there's your cam chain, cylinder number 1, cylinder number 2, cylinder number 3, cylinder number 4, and then that, I'm presuming, is to drive the alternator. So yeah, interesting. Right, I'm going to go in with the grinder. Yeah! Right, this is the brake caliper mounting sort of plate. So it bolts on there with 5 bolts. I've removed all 5 bolts, come out quite easily. I did want to remove this here, which is like the bearing housing, which was the bolts would come out to the wheels. But it wouldn't shift, it just would not shift with this puller. So I can't be bothered heating it and heating it and heating it, being there all day. I'm presuming I can get in with the grinder now, cut them off. Yeah, definitely get in at that one, and I can get in at that one. So let's go. One gone. Yes, I have the mudguard off. Oh yes! Woohoo! Ready for painting. That was a mission and a half. So with the next one, I'm just going to go straight in with the grinder. I'm not even going to try to undo the bolts. I'm just going straight in with the grinder. I'm just going to cut them off. Let's go. Remove the caliper mount again, and I've not even tried with an Allen key. I'm just going to go straight in with a brand new disc and just see how long this takes. Come on, let's go. Come on. Oh yeah! Well happy. Right, let's go for it. And I always say this, don't cock it up. Yeah! Woo. Oh yes, look at that beauty. Woo, woo, woo. Well happy. Right then, it's slow, but I am actually getting somewhere. Obviously that's painted back on the bike, looking good. Not done the mini master cylinder yet, so just need to paint this around here, see if it's rusty, and get that on there, get the brake spread up. I need to take the lever off here and make sure there's plenty of grease as well down here. This side of the engine, obviously that's back on. So well happy with that, looks really, really good. So painted all this, obviously sanded all this off and did the same with the BMW there. It looks really good. I've put the 4 throttle bodies back on. I've put the throttle cable on. If you listen, there you go. You can hear it snap shut, which is good. Replace all the fuel lines. These are replaced. This one here is replaced. Not replaced these yet, which goes to the tank, but I will do. So yeah, coming on nicely, really. So yeah, happy with that. Right, I'm just on with this foot plate here. I've already took one 10mm bolt out. Come on, never lad. It's off. So obviously this bolt here looks like a 17 to me. Get that undone, pull that off, grease it. Oh no, 19. Oh no. Oh. It is a 17. It's just painted. Bet this is dry as anything. I'll take that spring off first. Nope. And watch this, I bet this is dry as anything. Yes, look at that. Look how rusty that is, see? So that was really important to get this cleaned up and get it greased. Really common, especially on linkages and stuff. Honestly, I've seen this hundreds of times. So yeah, get that greased up. Bit of loose flaky paint there. Right, the file, this one. Round file. Loads better it could do, really. Possibly someone else putting down it like a thin sort of wire brush and drill bit, but or even a drill bit the same exact size. See what I've got. Got a drill bit. Found a drill bit, but it's slightly bent. I don't know how good it's going to do it. It's been about for a couple of years old. Oh, definitely bent. I'll clean it good. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Around that pivot there as well. Here and down there. There you go, nicely greased back brake. Look at that. Oh, lovely and free. Oh yeah. Now that is looking really, really good. Really, really happy with that. Painted that bracket there. See it all working. Hopefully when it's bled up, the rear brakes should work, no problems. Caliper is all on. Painted this bit, I've greased the sliders. Yeah, well, I'm just on with the front brake. So first thing I'm gonna do is I've loosened the screws on the back of the reservoir here, or master cylinder. And I've turned it right, and that seems to be the most level I can get the reservoir. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just check where the fluid is in the reservoir, because I'm going to pump the piston right out, and I'm going to clean the piston, clean the caliper inside, clean all the seals and where the seals sit and all that. I'm going to paint the caliper, put it back together again. So if you're going to pump the piston out, the last thing you want to happen is to empty the reservoir of brake fluid. because then obviously you have to bleed it right the way through again. So I'm gonna pump the piston out. I will have to obviously bleed the system after that, but that hopefully should bleed easily enough. Hopefully. It's a bit stuck. A bit careful with these screwdrivers. Oh god, that's not easy. So be a bit careful, you don't want to damage it. Oh, there's lots of black, horrible, disgusting fluid in there. Yeah, look at the state of that. So definitely wants pumping through and clean stuff putting in. But I'll have to bleed it through, obviously, because I'm going to take the piston out. Right, then, so I'm going to pull this and pump the piston out. You should see this piston start moving. It's already out a bit because I've pulled on the brake lever a few times while it's been in here for months. Years even. Oh god, see that go flying. Don't want that. Don't want brake fluid coming out. So what I'll do is just stick that back on there. Don't want brake fluid going on the bike because this brake fluid is old, so it's corrosive. See, it's moving a bit there. So what I'll do is get a rag. Bloody wire wool's got stuck to that, but yeah, never mind. So when it comes out, it don't go all over the bike. It's not good for paintwork. Just keep checking that, make sure it's not going to go so low that air's coming in. Oh shit, I heard a bit of air. Oh my god. Might get away with it, hopefully. It's not completely empty, I think I've probably got away with it. I heard a little bit of it, like it was sucking in air, not good. Let's go again. I think we'll get away with this. Oh god, see it come out there then. That's it. As it goes, there it goes. Seal that fluid there. Just don't want that on the bike. Last thing we want is that on the bike. Put it down towards the floor. So yeah, piston is out. Looks in quite good condition, but we can clean all this quite easily. You can clean it in the caliper, but I wanted to make sure there's no corrosion or anything around where this sits. So I'm going to clean that, and I'll clean that with the soda blaster tomorrow. It's dark now, and I want to do it outside, don't do it inside, because I get bicarbonate soda all over the bikes. So yeah, give that a good clean, give the caliper a good clean. I'm going to paint it black and put it back together again. I'm not going to change the pads because they look pretty good. I don't even know what they're off, because I've no idea where this front end's off. So yeah, happy with that. Right, I've just cleaned it with the wire brush and the drill, and it's looking loads better. Not soda blasted it yet, but the soda blast is going to be for in there, which I'm going to do tomorrow when it's light. But yeah, just going to see if I can get these seals out. These dust seals, I want to obviously save it, but if you can't save it, you can actually do away with dust seals. You can just pack a load of grease around it. See that there? Ooh, not sure if I'm going to save that, but we will see. That's one out. So you can get this other little bugger out. Here you go. See if you can pull in that there, you can tell it's been in there for years. There you go. See all that crud around there now? Yeah, I can clean all that and make it like new. Oh yeah. Right, I'm going to show you soda blasting the caliper. So in here we have bicarbonate of soda. You can buy that on eBay, quite cheap, 20 kilogram bags, about 20 quid. That is the gun which goes on the airline, and then that tube goes into the bicarbonate soda, and then bicarbonate soda is fired through the airline into the gun and onto the caliper with compressed air, which will clean all the corrosion off the inside of the caliper. Right, and this gun is only a cheap gun off eBay. It's only about £20, but they do block up. So they block up, just either take this tube off here and blast air through, or just blast it through in reverse. Let's give it a go. So there you go, it's looking pretty good. You can see right in there. Yeah. Nice. Nice and clean. And I'm covered in bicarbonate of soda. Woohoo! But yeah, that is nearly as good as new. There's some tiny little bits you could spend a bit more time on it and get rid of it, but them seals are going to sit in there absolutely lovely now. I'm going to put a little smear of grease in there, put the piston back in, and that piston's coming in and out really nicely, and have a really good front brake, which definitely won't be binding. Yeah. Right then, first things first with this caliper is cellulose thinners on a tissue. Oh, too much. Give it a wipe, just in case there's any oil on there, any grease, anything's going to stop the paint from sticking. See, all that dirt coming off already. Give the paint like a good key. Ideally, really, I don't really want to be touching it with my fingers. Then, heat gun. Warm the paint up. Because it's January and it's freezing. About that far. It's a little waft. Get a key. This paint dries really quickly. Doesn't need any primer. Really good stuff. I'm going to stick a bolt in where the brake hose goes in. Stop paint getting in there. You'll see the shine going on better with a head torch on. Look at that. When you paint it, you can actually see a little bit of smoke coming off it because it's so hot. I think that probably will do the job. So there we go, a lovely front caliper. As good as new, that. We're happy with that. And that was only painted a couple of hours ago and it's well dry. That's how good this paint is, no primer. Look at this, how good that is. Here, like the footboards. And that was on there when I got the trike. Probably didn't look so bad in 2003 when it was built, but now it just acted as moisture traps, and that's just gone really rusty. Not so bad on the other side. So these need to cut around them and draw the same shape as that onto some checkerboard, cut the checkerboard out, and then drill them and screw them in. Let's go. So here's some checker plate that I had around the side of the garage, and this was from another project, a camper van, a Bedford Rascal that I did on another video. And I did save this checker plate because I thought I'm going to need that soon. I knew I was going to need it for something. I knew it would come in useful anyway. So yeah, here it is. So I've obviously got enough. I need to cut out these 4 pieces, and yeah, so yeah, let's go. Let's get cutting. First things first, before I get cutting, always use a really fine tip pen, like that one. Yeah, because then when you follow that line, you won't go all over the show. If you do it with a permanent marker, you're going to have a thick 2-3mm line, and you're going to be all over the show. There's a tip. Well, yeah, I had to change the jigsaw then because the blade went blunt. But yeah, it fits. Look at that. Oh yeah. There you go, second plate. I've got a feeling this one might be a bit big. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, pretty much perfect fit there. Yeah. Well then, I definitely went off the line with this one by a good few millimetres. This is the one for the handbrake, that's why that piece there is cut out. So let's see if it fits anyway. Da, da, da. Oh! It's an axle stand there anyway. No, it fits. Look at that. It fits. Oh yeah. Right then, the fourth and final one. Let's see if it fits. Oh yes, look at that. You absolute beauty. Right then, it's 8:30, Friday night, February the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 11th, February the 11th. A few days after my birthday, it's my birthday on the 7th. And I know it's 11th because I know it's the 14th on Monday, which is Valentine's Day. You definitely cannot forget Valentine's Day, can you? So, yeah, what I was going to say, I've just polished this. And look at that. Woohoo! It's looking bloody good like, but it's not good enough. I'm going to polish it a little bit more. Oh, it's smooth as anything. Get it a bit nicer. And then I'm going to have the joys of doing the other side. So that's what it did look like. Pretty goddamn dull. Right then, I did carry on polishing into the early hours with that wheel, but I've still only polished one side. But I am pretty happy with it. Yeah, look at that. What's that look like? Yeah, looks pretty goddamn good. So I'm happy with that side. Still got the other side to do. But today, I'm going to take these forks off and I'm going to mirror polish them. But these, obviously I can get a fork on the buffer, so it's going to be a lot easier. And they're more or less polished anyway, so I'm just going to literally whiz over them, get a mirror polish. Shouldn't take long. Right, we've got the buffer out and got the polishing kit out. These are absolutely brilliant. I've left the instructions in the box and it just tells me, it reminds me which one's which. We've got brown compound, blue compound, black compound, green compound, white compound. So that's the white one. I've never actually used that one. I've got these here. So the brown one is the rougher compound, so you start with that one, yeah? I normally wet and dry it first and then use that one. And then the finishing one is the blue. Blue. So that's the blue one. So you can do this with that's a rough wheel, that's a smoother wheel. So if you start with the rougher wheel and then it's obviously finish with the smoother wheel. If it's got paint on it, use paint to strip it all off, then flat it all, then buff it with the rough wheel, then buff it with the flat wheel. Then I normally eventually finish it by hand as well. And you'll get mirror finish. Brilliant. Makes any aluminium look really good. So let's go for it. Let's get polishing the forks. Now that is looking pretty good. Pretty happy with that. I'm just going to finish it by hand. So my Autosol is a bit dry. And I've realised that Autosol is getting to the end and I've lost the lid, so I've realised that Autosol is actually oil based. So I'm just going to put a bit of oil on it. It's so dry. Oh. Jesus. And go for it. So 2 forks. Looking nice and shiny. Yeah! nice and shiny! Right, I've realised one of the forks is a leaky fork seal. I don't know what the forks are off because it's obviously a custom bike. No idea what they're off. I could guess. They could be off a Buell or something. I don't know. The dimensions of the fork seal seems to be the same anyway, but I've no idea. But to get the fork seal out, I need to push this piece in here and then get the circlip out. Which is virtually impossible to do without a clamp. So anyway, I found this clamp, I've bolted it back up to the fork, so I've got something to pull against. Put this clamp in and I'm just going to see if it works. So basically when I push it down and see if I can get in here with a little screwdriver and grab the circlip, get it out. This could go wrong. Hopefully it won't though, but we'll see. Yeah. So hopefully it won't like just go off somewhere. Hopefully it's going to work. Right, I can see the clip, quite accessible, it's working. This is working. Where's the end of the clip? That's the thing. Whoa, there it is. Yes. There's the clip. Yeah, now that's out. The back bung thing can come out and I can get the forks apart. It's pressurising all the way up, well past it. Keep pressurising all the way up because obviously there's no clip there. Stop the pressure now, so it just keep coming up and up and up. So eventually wants to spring out and go across the flipping garage. Whoa! Jesus. Good job my face wasn't there then. And I've got an impact gun. I've got an adapter for the end of it, and I've got an Allen key socket on the end there. And in the end of it, there is a little Allen key. And sometimes they do come out with these if you're lucky. But if they don't, you're going to have to jam it up. I'm going to have to put something all the way down to jam it up to hold it. But sometimes you do get lucky with them. So with these. So hopefully I might get lucky. Oh, yeah. You never know. Last thing you want to do is round it off. Let's have a go. Let's hope and pray. Yeah, we did it! Woohoo! Should have a little copper washer on that. Well, I probably left it on it. Been there somewhere. Ooh. There's the bit. You have to ram something down which holds that tight. If you can't undo it, if it's not undoing, that's spinning. As soon as the copper washer falls out. There should be one in there though. It's not falling out. Yeah. Now this should pull out. Might have to put it in the vise. Wow, I've never had one take that long to come off. Normally it's like dunk, 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 comes off. That one was about 25 times, that one. But it has eventually come off. I've got a feeling that has never, ever, ever been apart before, and that's why it was so hard. It's welded itself together. But there is the oil seal anyway, which I need to replace. So at least I can get one of those. I can get the measurements off this with a vernier caliper and get a new one. So all good. Yep, yay! Right then, yep, it's arrived today. Brand new dust seals, brand new oil seals. Put the dust seal into this other fork where I'm not changing the seal, and it fits in nice, slots in nicely. So that is just going off measurements. No idea what the fork's off, but got lucky and it fits. So all good. So now, yeah, just got to get the seal back in it, all back together. Fill it up with oil and get that top piece in again, which is probably going to be a little bit of a mission, but yeah, we'll see. Right, went in quite easily. I used the old seal to tap in the new seal. If you've not got the old seal, you might be a bit knackered if you can't find something that's slightly wider than this. Ideally a piece of metal would do it really, and just keep whacking it down a piece of scaffold bar or something. But obviously just put that down there, bang, bang, bang. But always keep the hammer touching the fork leg so you don't put dints in the fork leg. And then I've put the clip in, and then I've put the dust seal in. Seems nice. Shouldn't leak oil anyway, so yeah, well happy with that. So now let's just put the springs in and get some oil in it, yeah, and then compress the spring, put that cap back on. It's going to be the hard bit. Yes, and the idea is a sash clamp. Honestly, I've never ever tried this before, but I've got 4 of these sash clamps. They're normally for making doors. You sort of glue the door, hold them together till the glue dries. But it could work. It might work. I think there's a good chance it'll work. Well, I eventually got there with this one. I did it, and there was a tiny bit of clip sticking out the top. So yeah, I had to sort of push it in again and get the clip in, which I've managed to do. But I think this way of doing it is definitely a good way of doing it, which I've only literally just come up with today. So yeah, there's a little tip for you. Get yourself a sash clamp. Ha ha! And put it in your vise. Look at that, eh? Made for it. Hey? Bloody hell. Oh yeah. Right then, I'm just trying to get some brakes. I'm using this vacuum gauge and the lever, and basically pressurise it, and then you just pump the lever. Hopefully, see if you get anything. The bleed screw is wide open. After all that, it's probably been about 40 minutes. We are actually getting a bit of something there. Right then, in the end, I've actually reverse bled it, and I've used this syringe straight in through the bleed nipple and pumped it until there was no air coming up at the top. So you could literally see fluid coming out the top of the reservoir, and I've been pumping it, and I think I'm getting a break. So here goes. Right, we've eventually got a front brake. It took a few hours, but eventually did it with that syringe, which I'd totally forgotten about. I have used syringes before, but I'd just totally forgotten about that way of doing it, which is a really good tip for people at home who are doing this sort of stuff. Get yourself a syringe for the brakes, makes it a hell of a lot easier. But I just totally forgot about it. But then when I remembered, we bled it up in literally minutes. So yeah, I was on it for hours. But yeah, we have a working brake. Yeah, not 100% happy with it, but it seems alright. The disc seems to move a tiny bit when you brake there, but I'm just going to try and do a few emergency stops on it. First time out, just double check it's right, see what it beds in like. So yeah, should be alright. So yeah. Right, well it's 9:30 at night, and I've been on these brakes for about 5 hours. And honestly, it was so hard to get the air out of the system because I've changed the master cylinder. Obviously, there's air got in the system, so I've just been bleeding it. And it was hard work. It was seriously hard work. But now look at that, I've got a brake. I've managed to bleed all the air out of the system, which was really difficult. And also the back brake seems to be binding for a bit, but it's a lot better now. And the handbrake's working. These self-adjust, these rear calipers, which I didn't realise at first. I thought you had to adjust it yourself, but they're self-adjusting. So you can wind the piston right in, and then you just pump the brake, bump on it, and they just self-adjust. Really good. Girling, made in Germany calipers, and that is not binding. So once that goes down the road, and I'll just do a few emergency stops, bed that in and it won't bind at all. You know, it's binding very slightly, but nothing to really worry about. So I'm well happy, really, well happy. So yeah, really, really happy. That's all right. That really happy. So I've got brakes front and back. Yay! Yeah, I've got brakes. I've got brakes. Yeah! So yeah, flipping it, we're getting somewhere. Well, there you go. The exhaust is on. Well happy with it. A few bolts there, a bit of a bracket knocked up. Cleaned all this. Bit of a clamp there. Well solid, look at that. And the exhaust clamp here. Been well chuffed. Got a bit of gap there, which is just about right. You can just see a bit of gap. Lovely, lovely, lovely exhaust. Oh yeah. Right, then we've got some lovely hot weather and I'm just about to start painting. Put a bit of fill on here. Yeah, I'm just going to paint this side and then I'm going to sand it, sort of wet and dry it in, and then I'm going to paint the whole lot in 2-pack black. So let's go. Whoa. Gun started blocking up a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, you can still throw it on, but yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, we'll have to unblock it somehow. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So flat it tomorrow, paint it again tomorrow, another coat, and then get on with the black. Yeah. I'm getting there. Keep flattening these panels, get them nice, that lovely gloss black 2-pack that's going to go on soon. Look at that. Oh yeah. Right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right. You see me doing all the primering. And yeah, well, that was absolutely months and months and months ago. The sun came out, and we don't get much sun over here in England. So when it did come out, which was about April, I just enjoyed the sun. And yeah, the whole trike project got sacked right off. Completely lost my mojo, completely lost my motivation, and it sat there on axle stands for quite a while. So it's now June. It's actually June the 10th. And I'm thinking, I need to get this trike project done. So, anyway, I've flatted all the panels. I've re-primed them all, which I did yesterday. So they've been primed, flatted twice now. And they're all ready for black. So actually, once this is actually done, I'm not actually going to have that much work to do on the trike. So I'm hoping that it's going to be done in the next few weeks. But it has, like I say, it has sat here for a few months. But anyone who does projects knows that this sort of thing happens. You know, you just lose your motivation, and it never gets done. Sometimes you get people who are older than me, they lose motivation, and it literally never ever gets done, and then one day they die. But this is going to get done in the next few weeks, and yeah, hopefully we're going to go riding. So yeah, anyway, let's get on with the paint. Yes! Right then, we're all done, but am I happy with it? I'm moderately happy with it. I'm not 100% happy with it. Unfortunately, I got a few dribbles. Not painted in ages, so yeah, that's my excuse. Possibly did have the gun set up a little bit too much paint going on. Should have just put the paint adjustment down a tiny bit. But never mind, it probably will buff out. But anyway, let's show it. There is the mudguard. The mudguard is actually really, really good. Probably one of the best. There's no dribbles in that. Couple of little fine bits, but that's nothing to worry about and nothing you can really help. Side piece, which will be going underneath the seat, absolutely fine. A few little bits, a little bit of orange peel, but nothing to really worry about. There's the other one. Great, and here is the mudguard. So yeah, these bits here, these tubular bits, were quite difficult to actually get the paint all the way around. If you've seen the video, I was trying my best to go from the other side and stuff and to fill these in with it on like a low volume sort of paint spray. It took quite a while just doing the edges, and then I went straight over the lot. But this one, it's actually really, really good. There's the tiniest of dribbles like there, but not really bothered about that. You won't see that, or I might just flat it out a bit anyway. But so that one's really, really good. The tank is really, really good. Really happy with the tank. There's virtually no dribbles in it. Actually, there's a little bit of one here, but we'll get that out somehow. There's a bit of a bit there. I think it's a fly. You see it there, unfortunately, but we'll flat it, buff it, see what it comes out with. Like, hi, yeah. Right then, I'm just on with the rear seat, and we've got the back seat, which I am actually keeping the original vinyl on this. I'm going to put some sort of nice shiny vinyl stuff on it, which will shine it up. But I have put a brand new piece of wood in the back, which will make it nice and strong. When I put the screws in through these here, they'll screw into the wood nice and tight. That will sit there lovely, just like that, and that looked good. But the seat underneath was really crispy. The vinyl was crispy and just cracking in a mess. And the wood was quite thin and it was a mess. It was all rotten, it was a mess. So I've made this out of a piece of wood that was round back, and fits in there quite nicely. I'm going to use the original sponge. I'm just going to go over there, and then I'm just going to put some vinyl. I've got 5 metres of vinyl, might even be 10 metres of vinyl, but I bought a big roll of vinyl years ago and I thought I'll buy enough to last the rest of my life for recovering seats. So I've got loads of vinyl, so I'm just going to wrap that round there and staple it underneath. And you will be able to see that underneath, but no one's really going to be looking underneath, so you will see it. Which I'm not really too bothered about, to be honest. Not going to see it either, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, let's go. Let's get vinyl in. We eventually got there, and yes, I'm happy with that. Woo! Right then, will it fit? Ta-da! Of course it'll fit. Of course it'll fit. Look at that. Look at that. Bloody lovely. And that there. Oh, will they match? 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 Oh yes. Oh yes. Right then, it's now 4 days later since the parts were painted. And look at that. But there is a few little bits in there which I want to get out. I want to get it perfect. So, got that. 2000 Merca sandpaper, or wet and dry. So I'm going to flat it with water, soapy water, and this, and then I'm going to buff it. Hopefully it'll come up nice and shiny, and any of these little bits that are in it, which will come from dust around the workshop, will hopefully disappear. Right, I've just spent literally a couple of minutes flatting it. You can see these little bits here which I missed. I've not gone around the edges because I don't want to risk going through the paint on the edges. But yeah, I'm more bothered about this bit here, really. I want to get that perfect because you won't see this bit that much. But you can see there, see where little bits are coming out. It's now got dull finish, so now I'll buff it back up to shiny. See what it looks like. Oh, fucking yeah! Look at that! Look at that! Yeah! Right, just put some wax on the tank, and I'm getting impatient, you see. It probably does want a tiny bit more work on the buffing side, maybe a little tiny bit of flatting here and there, but I just want to see what it looks like, so I'm going to put some wax on it. Buff it off a nice clean cloth, go! Oh yeah. Oh my god. It's looking good, it's looking good. Oh, you gotta say, it's looking nice. Oh, as you can see, I've tied it to the table, so there's no chance of it flicking off if you catch it with a buffer. Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. It is looking good. Oh yeah. Oh. Last thing you want is tank on the floor. Oh my god. It's looking good. My god, it might even need more buffing. Quite good. It's probably good enough. It's definitely looking good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. We could probably get it better. A little bit more buffy maybe. See what I feel like. Go. Woo! Hi! Look at that! Hey! It's quite good. That's good for this. The sun is right down, so it's a bit late. Oh! Yeah. So there you go, the finished tank. Quite happy with it. After buffing. It's pretty nice. There's a few little dimples, little marks here and there, but something and nothing really, you know. Something and nothing. So all in all, I'm quite happy. Tiny mark there if you can see it, but it's not really something to worry about. Just put the new fuel cap on. Just looks really good. Really like that. So yeah. Happy with that. Right then, there was a backrest here when I bought the trike. That backrest. But it's a mess. See all that? Don't want that. So I had a look around the garage and I found that. Which is actually the rear seat off a Virago 535. So I've put the plate on the back. Yeah, made that. Put some holes in it. And this bit here is going to bolt it on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld some nuts onto here, which can screw into, because I'm not going to get a spanner in, I don't think, to hold the nuts. So yeah, that should look quite good. And that's the seat there, so they actually match. Look at that. Hey. That is the finished result. It's all nice and solid, going absolutely nowhere. So yeah, done a good job, that. Quite happy with that. Oh yeah, lovely. Right then, I've been doing loads and loads and loads of wiring managed to get the back lights working, got the brake lights working, got the indicators working, got the front lights working, got high and low beam working. Didn't have a working horn. So anyway, I traced these wires back. I found a break in these wires and fixed it. I got the horn working, but the original horn was a load of rubbish. So anyway, I had on the shelf already that I got as a freebie with a bike I bought ages ago. Had some high and low horns. And it also came with this little relay. Anyway, I've looked online, found the wiring diagram, I've wired them up, and honestly, I'm honestly telling you now, I have not tried this horn yet. So this is as good as live TV. We're going to try the horn. Is it going to work? Whoa! Fucking hell. Oh yes, it's working. So right, this is my mother. She's 80 years old. Say hello, mother.
Hello, mother.
And she's not heard the horn yet, so we're going to test the horn with my mother. So get ready for it, yeah? What do you think?
Good, sound.
Are you ready for it?
I should be giving somebody a heart attack.
Right then, it's 20 to midnight on the 5th of July 2022. And honestly, I'm really starting to make some progress. Look how clean it is. I've put these new mirrors on today, which I was a bit disappointed that they're so small. I was thinking they were bigger, to be honest, but yeah. I've been polishing bits like these. Wheels are on, looking quite good. Still waiting for some centre caps. Just painted in black 2-pack in the end. There's the back end looking really good. The whole thing is just really coming together. Still not started it since you see me starting it in October last year. And it's just coming on really well. Bit of wiring there I've got to do. I've neatened lots of wiring up round here, which has all been sort of hidden away. There's wires here which have all been hidden. Hidden wires under here. Yeah, it's looking really good. I have something which is, I'm thinking is going to go here. It's a skull and crossbone. So yeah, let's get them fitted. Right then, let's go for it. Let's see what it looks like. Ta-da. Oh yes. There we go. Yes. Oh yeah. Ooh. Yes, quite like that. Yeah. And we have another skull and crossbone. Yeah, quite like it. Right then, the trike is very nearly finished. And the trike has been in the garage since October, so this is the first time that it's actually come outside. I've still not started the bike. There's no petrol in it whatsoever, but I will be starting it very soon. I am confident it will run. So yeah, let's get it out. Let's have a look at it. Way. Woohoo! Yes! Look at that. So yeah, a bit of sunlight on the trike, and yeah, really starting to look really good. Just a few more little jobs to do, and obviously get this trike started. I'm going to put a sticker on here in a minute, a sort of graveyard scene and a sort of creepy tree. So yeah, it's looking really good. I am really happy with it. Right then, finishing touches. Sticker on the mudguard. So first things first, clean it with a nice, clean, new cloth. And here we go. It is a bit more grey than I was hoping. I wanted it silver, but they didn't have an option, but so it's a bit grey, but I think it should look good. It's not going to stand out too much. It will look really good, hopefully. So yeah, let's say don't cock it up. Ooh, getting nervous putting stickers on in case I do actually cock it up. But yeah. Oh, it's going on nice, that. Pretty easy to put little ones on. When you put the big long ones on, it gets difficult. Oh yeah. Dun 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 dun. What's it gonna look like? Oh yeah. Gotta be careful here because you can pull it off sometimes. Oh my god, that looks amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right then, will it actually go? Right then, more finishing touches. I've got that. It's handmade by a friend's son, Ozzy. He's only 16, he's got a plasma cutter and he's made them for me. Told him what I wanted. And I think they're gonna go lovely just there. What do you think to that? So yeah, let's get them stuck on. There we go. Happy with that. Right then, we've got more final finishing touches and I am so excited to actually get out on this trike, hopefully today. We've got a Hellraiser sticker. It's going to go here. In italic writing. So we've got to get this perfectly straight. Look at that. Lovely. Lovely. Right then, we've got one more sticker. This is the last one. And that's going to go there. I'm thinking, born to ride. So let's go. Oh yes. Yes. Right then, one more sticker and then that's it. The trike is finished and we're going to go riding. So, what have we got here? Dun dun dun! Woo! Dun dun dun! Yes! Look at that! A skull and 2 pistons in crossbone. Oh yes! Let's get it on! So yeah, I'm really happy with that. So yeah, one thing to do now, and that is go riding. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
It's gas! Oh, gas! Go on, Timmy! Do it! Yeah!
So there it is, all finished. 9 months project to finish it, start to finish. 16th of July, red hot day, absolutely perfect day to take it out. I've just had some friends on the back of it today. They really enjoyed it. Everyone seems to like it. Everywhere you go on it, well happy with it. Just well happy. Look at that. Brilliant. So yeah, if you want to click on my other videos, you can do. There's other restoration videos. Might put some more videos on of this yet, going out on it, riding it. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the movie. Thank you very much.